The next slide discusses contour plotting. Let's open the contour plot example file. EZPlot can create real contour plots in Excel. Contour plots can be made from any type of data, such as rectangular data and irregular data. Sheet 1 has some data that we will use to create a contour plot. It is X parameter data, Y parameter data, and Z parameter data. Although we can create contour plots from the EZPlot sheet, let's try a different method first. Let's click the EZPlot button, and then select the contour plot button. First we select the sheet that has the data. Then we select the X parameter, the Y parameter, and the Z parameter. Now we select the contour levels that we want to draw the lines at. We can type in the levels box or select the cells that have the levels. Then we click OK to generate the plot. Contour plots can also be generated from the EZPlot sheet. The syntax is plot Z parameter underscore C, Y parameter versus X parameter. There is another series here for an envelope. If we right click and select data parameters Y and X, then we see an option for contour that will put an underscore C after the first parameter that is selected to indicate the Z parameter. Also, if we right click and select series formats, there is an option for contour that will bring up the contour menu that we saw before. Next we will go through some of these options. Let's go back to the contour plot, select the EZPlot button, and then the contour plot button. The menu has information on the types of contour plot data, rectangular data and irregular data. Rectangular data is data that could be put in a grid such that there is either the same number of Y points for each X point or the same number of X points for each Y point. This grid indicates that we have 3 Z data points in each column, or the same number of Y points for each X point. This grid shows that we have 3 Z data points in each row, or the same number of X points for each Y point. Although this may seem confusing to some, certain industries produce rectangular data and they must use this rectangular data format. The contour plots are made by forming rectangles from the data. The center of each rectangle is used to create 4 triangles within each rectangle. The contour levels are then interpolated along the length of each triangle leg, and similar contour level points are joined. If you have rectangular data, but do not use the rectangular data option, then there can be more than one way to form the triangles between adjacent points, and this can skew your data. If you have rectangular data, but are missing a few points in your data, then you will want to set Make Rectangular to True. This will repeat the last data point in a row or column up to 5 times in order to make the data rectangular. Now if your data is not rectangular, then it is irregular or randomly spaced. Simply select Irregular Data. Notice that there are also 2 different ways that rectangular contour data can be arranged. The first way uses parameters, as we have already seen. Let's click the parameter data example. Here we see parameters listed in row 1 with data underneath. The data can also be arranged in a table. Select Table and then Table Data Example. The table name is in row 1 with the data as shown. X data, Y data, and Z data. There is also a button to create contour data from an equation. Select the Data Generator button. We will first provide the equation for the Z points. Now we will provide the x and y points that are put into the equation. Select OK. This generates rectangular data that can be used to generate a contour plot. Now we can close this file.